Bueno, John, cuando en 2009 se estrenó Avatar fue toda una revolución, parecía que el 3D iba a marcar decisivamente el futuro del cine. Hoy apenas se estrenan producciones en tres dimensiones. ¿Crees que Avatar 2 logrará resucitar el cine en 3D o su cometido es otro?
You know, I think your question has two different answers. One, the purpose is not to change the industry. The purpose is to tell a compelling story, and we believe that 3D creates a more engaging story from a narrative perspective for an audience. That having been said, I hope that the film illustrates to other filmmakers how compelling 3D can be. Just the same way digital cameras weren't first embraced by the film industry, and now they're ubiquitous everywhere. That hopefully, ultimately, all of our content will be in 3D. We see our lives every day in 3D. Why shouldn't our movies be that way?
Llevas ya trabajando junto a James Cameron en estas películas más de una década. Te quería preguntar cuál ha sido el mayor reto que os habéis encontrado en todo este tiempo y si ha sido más desafiante encontrar una buena historia o encontrar la tecnología necesaria para contarla como queríais.
I think movies and working with Jim, the most difficult challenge is finding the right story to tell. Because Jim is not going to embark on a project until the story is there. When the story is there, we then think that we can be the impetus to push technology to go places where the technology didn't know that it could go. And when I look back on the first Avatar, I hope that we cracked open a door for other filmmakers to say, wow, look what they did. I can now tell this story. And it's my ultimate goal that, again, we will do the same thing with Way of Water, that filmmakers will look at Way of Water and say, that story that I dreamed of, they've opened a crack in the door that I can now go tell.
Quizá otro de los grandes retos de esta película sea lograr reenganchar al público al universo de Avatar después de 13 años. ¿Cuáles son las armas de esta secuela para conseguirlo?
You know, I think that, many people ask, 13 years later, how are you going to recapture? Our goal is not to recapture. Our goal is to create new capture. Our goal is to create a new piece of content that compels people to go see it. We didn't recapture something when we did Titanic. We didn't recapture something when we did the first Avatar. Way of Water and the subsequent sequels have to stand alone. And people go, that's a movie that I want to go see, and I want to get lost in the world of that movie and be inspired by the characters of that film.
Hace pocas horas en la convención de Disney has comentado que puede que Avatar 5 no sea el fin de la saga, después de estas secuelas puede haber algo más. ¿Es vuestra intención crear vuestra propia gran franquicia al estilo, Star Wars, Marvel? Y si en esa gran franquicia podrían tener cabida las series de televisión o Avatar es un mundo creado única y exclusivamente para las salas de cine.
Look, I believe that each franchise stands on its own. I think Marvel does a phenomenal job. I think Star Wars does a phenomenal job. But they do them differently. And I think Avatar 2 is a franchise, but we want to do it differently. I think that, Jim's sensibility, my sensibility of the storytelling is different than that of those other universes, which are great, and I love them. We see expanding the story world of Avatar through comic books, through novels, through potentially other types of series, whether it's an audio book, whether it's a streaming thing, but we'll do it our way, and we'll do it so that it's consistent with the Avatar world, and we'll take our time to do it right.
Ya para terminar, por lo que hemos visto ahora, es indiscutible que el público va a quedar impresionado visualmente porque la película es desbordante, pero ¿con qué mensaje, aparte de esa impresión, de esa tremenda impresión, con qué mensaje os gustaría que se quedase el público al salir de ver Avatar?
When people leave the theater from Way of Water, I want them to take away a feeling of how important family is. And that family is both by birth and by choice. And what are the lengths that one needs to go to protect their family, to support people in their family who might be unsure of themselves, to be their stabilizing factor, and to overcome the difficulties that every family faces. No family is perfect, and the Sullys are not perfect. And that's what I think makes them relatable.